Awesome. Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and get started. Welcome, everybody. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Mindy Diebel. I'm a Blue Diamond here at Trinant, and I am calling in from Boise, Idaho. But you guys, we have people jumping on from all over the place. And you know why? Because our company is hot right now. We have big things happening. And here's what I can tell you. If you've ever wanted to be at the right place at the right time, you guys, this truly is it. I am so grateful for this opportunity. And I can tell you that the people that take this seriously right now, you guys can do some huge things. I know that because I know what happened for me many, many years ago. So just so you know my story, 18 years ago, I got started with a company that launched a revolutionary product. And at this time, this was something that nobody else had. I was a preschool teacher. My husband owned a company that did maintenance for grocery stores, but we had huge dreams. We took advantage of that opportunity. We went out and we talked to everybody we possibly could, right? And within a matter of a short period of time, I was able to walk away from my job. We were able to triple our income, and we made over 8 figures in that arena. A preschool teacher was able to do that. So here's what I can tell you. That right now, if you ever wanted to do something big, you have an opportunity in your hands. But your job is to connect with as many people as you possibly can. And I can't think of anybody better to share with you how to make that happen than this couple. Okay, so I want to tell you a little bit about this couple. Aron and Cathy Parker, they just got started in our company about 8 weeks ago. And they're going to share their story as to why they chose Trinant, as to, where they are and the vision of what they're creating. But you guys, they took advantage of this opportunity, and they didn't just get started and then, try the products and say, well, I think I'll do this a little bit and then I'll maybe talk to somebody. No, do you know that in their very first month, they personally recruited over 55 people their first month, 77 people in their first 6 weeks. But in their first 30 days, they went emerald. Emerald. Okay, now, if you don't know what emerald is, that is an income. It's about $9,000 a month in a set monthly pay that they created for themselves in their first 30 days. So see, this is not about your ability. It's about your commitment. You have an opportunity in your hands to do something big. And, this couple, they're rock stars. They are icons in the industry, and they can tell you a little bit about their story and what they're doing. But we are so blessed to have their leadership and their vision and what they're creating. And I don't want to take any more time. So please help me welcome, because they're going to give you all the deets. By the way, I would grab a pen and paper to take some notes. Okay, because this is going to be huge. I'm going to be taking notes as well. But please help me welcome top producing emeralds, Aron and Cathy Parker. Thank you so much, you guys, for joining us today. We are so excited to hear from you.
You're welcome. We are honored. We are grateful, and we are excited to be here with you, Mindy. Thank you, and welcome to everyone who's here. We're just going to jump right in and just kind of dive right into the training. Yes, Mindy shared with you some of the results that we had. And, just one thing that I want to just kind of the elephant in the room, so to speak, just to kind of clear the airway. A lot of people, maybe you've been a part of Trinant for a while, or maybe you're brand new and you're like, how is this even possible? We have brand new people getting started too. And they're like 50 people in a month, like 55, our first month, last month. Like, how is that even possible? Well, 2 things. One, I'm going to actually share with you on this training exactly what we did. So we're going to tell you what we did and how we did it. But there's one other just little small piece. Yes, we were in another company. But no, we didn't bring over our whole team, right? That's one thing people think that happened. Actually, most of the people who joined with us were not a part of our team. They were people we were friends with, people that were on other teams, people that were in other companies, just relationships that we've built over the years. And when we made the announcements, when we sent the messages out, a lot of people were interested and they wanted to find out what we were doing. But out of the thousands of people that we've worked with, thousands, only 55 joined our first month. Like in my mind, that was my response. I was like, only 55. Like, where is everyone? Right? So, my perspective was I was going to sign up hundreds of people and only 55. I know some of you are like, only, come on, Aaron, let's be real. But the point is that most of the people who got started with us were not a part of our team. These are just connections. These are relationships. One other important piece to this is there was a time, because we've been in network marketing now for 20 years. Yeah. And we struggled for a long time, as many people do. We're talking 10, 12 years in network marketing, having no success. And then about 10 years ago, we finally, had some success and we're able to go full time in the industry. And over the last 10 years, it's been ups and downs, but we're so grateful for this industry and so grateful that we found Trinot. But what I want everyone to know is that there was a time when if I posted on Facebook and I asked who wants to make money, nobody would comment. There was no comments. There was no leads. I would post something on Facebook and get nothing, crickets. And some of you can relate with that. And that has changed because we treat this like a real business, because we use social media to grow our network, to grow our reach. Yeah. And we're going to share some of that with you on this training as well. So realize that the results that we've had is because of all the work we've put in over the years to consistency, to build relationships, to take this seriously, to connect with a lot of people over the years. And they wanted to be a part of this, to be a part of something exciting. So with that being said, let's go ahead and just kind of dive in. I'm going to share my screen and we are going to get this party started. Let's go here. Screen share. Here we go. So, instead of trying to write down all of this, that's why I'm kind of putting it on the screen for you. Feel free to take, pictures, with your camera or screenshots or whatever on some of this, so you don't have to actually write it down. So we're going to talk about using Facebook Messenger, right? Tina Joy Carroll does an amazing training. If you were at TLA, you got that on using Facebook to get leads. And just so everyone knows, we do use Facebook to get leads, and posting on Facebook is an important part of building your business. And you should be going live. You should be doing stories. You should be posting your excitement about your business and your products on Facebook on a daily basis, posting things that are going to get engagement, and you'll be able to grow your following, grow your engagement on Facebook, which can lead to more leads, more customers, and more associates in your business. So definitely post on Facebook. But the mistake that a lot of people make, and I want to be very clear, if you're only posting on Facebook, you're setting yourself up for failure. You can't just post on Facebook and expect for your business to grow, especially if you're not already super famous like Mindy, right? If Mindy Diebel posts on Facebook about her business, she's going to get tons of leads because she's already famous. But for most of us, it doesn't work that way, right? We have to get in Messenger. If you're going to write something down, put it in the comments. Money is in Messenger. So I'm going to share with you how we launched our business. I'm actually going to give you some scripts. I'm going to give you some do's and don'ts and some ways that you can stay out of Facebook jail. Now, I actually did just get in Facebook Messenger jail recently for the first time ever. And it was when we were launching Trinot last month. It was devastating. And this is one of those challenges that Cathy talked about last night on the training, that when you are going big, you're going to encounter challenges. You're going to have things that are going to try to stop you from having results. And I want you to know that when I got in 7 days of Messenger jail, not once, but twice. And that was our first month in the business. So for half the month, I couldn't use Messenger. Now I could still post on Facebook, I could still comment, but I couldn't message people. So the solution was I had a backup account, and I do have a Facebook backup account, which, by the way, you have to be careful with that, because if they think that it's you, they'll delete the account. You can't have 2 Facebook accounts. So you have to be kind of tricky with that. But what I was doing is I was actually having to message people from my backup account. And that was extremely time consuming, but it was working and we made it work. Leaders find solutions. Another thing that I saw someone do, which is brilliant, is they got in Messenger jail. If this happens, and we're going to talk about how to stay out of Messenger jail, by the way, she posted a picture on Facebook with her behind bars. And it was a funny post. It was, hey, I'm in Messenger jail. I can't message you. So comment on, or no, it said, it said, message me. This was the post. It said, message me with your cell phone number so I can text you. And so she was getting the messages into her messenger with the cell phone number. She couldn't reply to the message, but then she'd get on her phone and would text people. So that's another solution as well. So here we go, guys. I have been able to send over 300 messages on a daily basis without getting in Facebook jail. That is a fact. I still on a daily basis send 100 to 200 messages every single day. By the way, if we do have time at the end, Mindy, if we want to do questions, that's totally up to you. So we'll kind of play that by ear. So most of the messages I want everyone to know that I'm sending are Facebook friends. So that's one of the ways that will massively increase your chances of not getting in Facebook jail. If you're just sending messages to complete strangers, that would increase the chance of getting in Facebook jail, messenger jail. But these are friends. So I have 5,000 Facebook friends. So when people say, how did you sign up 55 people your first month? Well, I have 5,000 Facebook friends. I would hope I could sign up at least, what is that, 1%? Yeah. Right? 1% of my Facebook friends. So look at it from that perspective. And I have a question for all of you. I want you to, in the comments on Facebook or on Zoom, wherever you're watching this, serious question. Have you messaged all of your Facebook friends? Yes or no? And be honest. All of them. If you have 5,000 friends, have you messaged every one of them? And what's scary is some of you have been in this business for a long time and look at the answers. Mm-hmm. Thank you for being honest. You guys see this? Have you messaged every single Facebook friend?
I haven't.
I haven't either. We're still going. I'm like, when you go on your phone, and I want all of you to do this. When you go on your phone, you pull up your profile, you click on your friends. It literally goes in alphabetical order from A to Z. And so part of your DMO every day is messaging all of your Facebook friends with a simple script. I'm going to share with you some ideas and ways to do it right and wrong on how to do that. But when you are here to become successful in this business and you are not even messaging your Facebook friends, you have to, that's that look in the mirror moment. Why not? Ask yourself, what is stopping you? Why haven't you been doing that? And are you ready to start now? And I hope the answer is yes, because your goal should be messaging at least 20 to 30 of them on a daily basis. At the very least 10 to 20. And eventually you'll get through the whole list. Okay. Now, once you do max out at 5,000 friends and you've actually messaged 5,000 people, guess what you do? You need to start unfriending people and making room for new people. And how do you determine that? Well, the people that you don't want to work with or are non-responsive, you unfriend. Mm-hmm. And now you're opening up more room to create more people on your friends list. Okay. That's an important process as well. So, and why this is also important is Messenger. You guys know this. When you post on Facebook, do you know that 90 to 95% of your Facebook friends are not seeing your post? Mm-mm. They just won't. That's just how Facebook works. So you can never rely on a Facebook post. Write that down, put in the comments. Never rely on Facebook posting to build your business. Can't do it. Most of your friends aren't even seeing your posts. Yeah. So that's why you've got to get in Messenger. Okay. So one more thing to clarify about Facebook jail. This is not even that big of a deal, but when you are posting on Facebook, if you post things Facebook doesn't like, last few years have been pretty aggressive with this, you can get in Facebook jail and then they prevent you from posting on Facebook. I had to stop posting truth on Facebook because I did get in Facebook jail a couple years ago. And so this is different. We're talking about Messenger. All right. So, and like I said, we can't complain, right? Facebook is free. We got to follow the rules. We get mad at Facebook all the time. I know, but it's a tool and it's a free tool and it's a powerful tool because Facebook Messenger is how we've built our whole business to Emerald our first month, just using Messenger. Okay. So there's really two things that are going to get you in Messenger, and we're going to do scripts and stuff as well. I just want to cover some of these basics. Two things that'll get you in Messenger jail. The first one is if Facebook thinks you're spamming people by sending the same message to a lot of people too fast, you may get a warning. I've found that they don't even warn you, right? If you get triggered by Facebook, by their AI, and they think you're spamming, boom, Facebook jail. It may be for 24 hours, 48 hours, for 7 days, like it was for me. And I'm going to talk about how to prevent this from happening. But if you're going too fast, it could definitely happen. So we're going to talk about that. And the other thing is, if Facebook gets reports from other people that you're spamming them, that could get you in jail as well. So let's talk about these, okay? The 3-step formula to not get put in Facebook jail. And I got put in Facebook jail because I broke this. I broke the rules.
You broke your own rule.
I broke the own rule. I broke my own rule. And I did that because I was testing the limits. You know that as entrepreneurs, sometimes we have to break the rules. We have to test the limits, see what we can get away with, right? And so with Facebook, I did that and I got in trouble. So now I had to scale it back a little bit. Okay. So number 1, take a picture. Always use their name. This is a huge mistake that people make. When you're messaging someone, especially as an initial reach out, you have to use their name. Number 1, it's going to make them feel better. They're going to feel more connected with you, like you're actually talking to them. But number 2 is it makes your message a little different than the last message. It also will force you to slow down a little bit, right? So having that little bit of a delay where you're actually having to put in their name in the message takes a few more seconds, which is good. And it shows Facebook that you're not a bot, that you're not a robot, and that you're not just spamming people. So that's very important. I would also encourage for you to make sure that you are changing up the message a little bit, right? If you have a copy and paste script, which is okay, it's good to still tweak it, change it, add a little bit extra, take an extra second, take out a word, add a word. That way, it's not the same exact message going out to everyone. Let me give you an example, okay? I'm going through my messenger. I'm about to message this person. And the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to look and see what was the last message I ever had with this person. So before I just go, boom, paste a message to them, I'm going to take a second. This also forces you to slow down, which is good, not going too fast. And let's see, oh, wow, the last time I messaged them was 5 years ago, was 10 years ago, was 30 days ago, whatever it was. And I will reference back to that and say, wow, John, it's been a long time. How have you been? Right? Or maybe we were talking about something specific. I might reference back to whatever we talked about a year ago, 5 years ago, just to bring a connection, back into the conversation. Does that make sense? Is that good?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. So always use their name. That's rule number 1. Okay. Number 2, never send a link. Never send your link. I actually go a little extreme on this, and I will make someone go through a lot of different hoops before I send them my link to join Trinot.
It's true. He does.
And so Kathy, she's like, I got someone who wants to join. All right, I'm ready. What should I do? I'm like, you don't send your link. She's like, what do you mean? They're ready to sign up. Why would I not send the link? Because, and again, I go a little extreme on this because I'm making sure they're serious.
Yeah.
I'm making sure they don't make a mistake, like joining with the $99. That's a mistake. Joining with a small bundle, in my opinion, that's a mistake, right? and other things, so making sure they're serious. So what do I do first? I have a video that we send to someone that explains the bundles. And we did it on the presentation last night as well with Mindy, where we talk about the value of a bundle. Number 1, you got to join with a bundle. That's the only option. If you don't join with a bundle, you're not working with us, period. Number 2 is why you need to join with a gold or platinum bundle. And we explain the value. And out of 55 people that joined our first month, 90% of them joined with platinum. Because we don't just throw our link at someone. You want to hold on to that link like it is $1 million. You're giving them $1 million business. Do you know that there's people, and someone on this Zoom right now, people making over $1 million a year in this business? Do you realize what you have your hands on? So when you just throw your link at someone, you're throwing $1 million business at them. You got to make sure they're going to treat it properly, that they understand how valuable this business really is.
So good.
Because if you don't, they're going to make a mistake, and you're not setting them up for success. You're setting them up for failure. So a little side tangent, throwing in some little tips, some nuggets here for you guys. Never send your link right away, ever. Like your initial message no link. Even beyond that, I am going back and forth with them to make sure they are serious. They are open before I send them information. What am I sending them? We'll talk about that if you guys want me to. Okay. But that's where you send them to a presentation, whether it's you're inviting them to the next live webinar, or you're sending them to a replay of a live presentation that would preferably be inside of one of the ATM groups, whatever, recruiting, prospecting group that you're using for prospects. Get them in that group to watch a replay of a presentation. We just literally drive people to that, to a recorded presentation or the next live presentation. And before I even send that to them, guess what I'm doing first? So when I send the script and someone says, yes, I'm open, tell me more. What's the name of the company? No matter what they ask me, I don't give them the answer. I want you guys to really catch this because a lot of people make this mistake. And it's okay. I know you're excited. You're like, I got a prospect. Somebody's interested. I want to tell them everything. And you unload on you're like, there's this link and there's this video and there's this, and you got to watch this. And this is amazing. And they're like, whoa, like this is too much. I'm not interested anymore. Right. So when someone asks me that they're open, what is it? What's the name of the company? What's the comp plan? What's the products? I don't care what it is. My next response does not answer their question.
Yeah.
I don't answer questions. I don't do a presentation. And again, you can, and I want to just as a disclaimer, I know that Mindy and all the leaders have like their certain things that they do. So I don't want to like upset anyone. This is just what we do. So please follow the system that your, upline is teaching you. But for me, I don't answer any questions. I'm driving them to what? No matter what they ask me, what's that?
The information.
No matter what the question is, it's, oh, that's a great question. Awesome. Here's what I can do. Are you available tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern? Are you available tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern? We actually have a phenomenal live overview that's going to be happening. Can you jump on? If they say yes, great. I'm not sending them anything else. I'm making sure they get on. If they can't get on, I'm like, okay, no worries. I have a replay from last night I can send you. And guess what? I don't send it to them yet. You guys see what I'm doing? I'm holding back to make sure they're open, they're interested, they're ready. I say, great. How soon can you watch it? Great. I have a replay I can send you from last night. It was amazing. It was phenomenal. How soon will you be available to watch that replay? Right now or later tonight? Let me know. And now I'm waiting. So I'm not just throwing the information at them. Once they tell me when they can watch the presentation, the replay, for example, that's when I'm going to add them to the ATM group. Another little side note for ATM groups, this is just how we do it. I don't ever ask someone, is it okay if I add you to a group? I never do that. If they're asking me for information and they're telling me they're open, they're telling me they want the info, I'm just going to add them to the group because they already asked me for the info. So I don't need to ask permission to add them. They've already asked me for the information. And if you're not friends with them, I've had this happen a lot. What if you're not friends with them? Here's what you do. I literally will say, John, add me as a friend or accept my friend request so I can get you access, keyword access, to the information. And that's it, nothing else. Now I wait. As soon as we're friends, then without even telling them, I get them in the ATM group. Okay. Then as soon as they're in the group, that's when I will send them a direct link. This is one of our little secrets. We talked about it last night.
Yeah.
Yes, you can tag them in the post, but some people don't see the tags. So I will copy the link to that video, to that presentation, and send that link from within the ATM group to them on Messenger. And I'll say, great, here you go. So I've already added them to the group because they wanted the information. They've told me that they're going to be able to watch the replay when they're going to watch it. So I've already got 2 yeses from them. And now I add them to the group and I send them a direct link to that presentation. Is this making sense? Is this good? Okay. So you're qualifying them. That's the whole thing here on number 2. You're not just throwing the information at them. You're qualifying them, taking them through the proper process. Okay. Next is, and we kind of talked about this as well. Take another picture real quick. This is spacing out your messages. This is how I got in trouble. Okay. This is where I broke my own rules. This is the rule that I broke. How I got in 7 days of messenger jail, because I was just going bananas. I was going bonkers with my messages, and even sending like a Zoom link or sending a link to a video inside of a Facebook group, sending a link to a presentation, I was doing it too fast. Now, these were people already qualified. They already asked me for the information, but I was just like hammering. I was like, boom, 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 boom. And after doing that too many times, Facebook said, whoa, you're going too fast. No warning. You're in 7 days of jail. I was like, oh no, right? So this is an important one, is to space out your messages, okay? Make sure that you are taking a break, right? Send 10 messages out, take a break. Take a 20-minute break. Do 10 more, take a break. Now, here's a little secret though. In your breaks, go back through Messenger and follow up with other people. So this part of the process, you can still be in Messenger. You could still be going back through old messages and following up with old people, and you're not going to have a problem with that, because that is an authentic, real message that you're sending. You know, hey, John, I'm just checking back in. Hey, Mike, how's it going? Did you get a chance to watch the video? Hey, just following up real quick. Didn't want you to miss out. Hey, I didn't know if you had a chance to get through the information yet. Message me back, whatever it is, something to get their attention. Also, this is a key part of all of this is follow-up. I mean, we enrolled 55 people our first month, but I messaged countless, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people. So keep that in mind. And none of them joined on the first exposure. You guys catch that? No one joins on the first exposure. It is going to require follow-up. Every single person who joined with us did so after many follow-ups, getting them to the information, answering questions. All right, another one really quick. It's very possible that your message, especially if you're sending to non-friends, it's going to go in their request or spam folder. They may not even see your message. So this is why I say, don't even message non-friends until you've gone through your friend list. I mean, pretty much everyone already said they haven't messaged all their Facebook friends yet. What are you waiting for, right? So that's where you start. Nobody should be out there trying to message non-friends until you've messaged your current friends first, okay? But here's a little trick on how to increase the chance that your message will go through to them. And that is, you want to go to their Facebook page. Now, I know there's mixed feelings on this. Some people, if you have someone who you feel would be a good prospect, boom, you send them a friend request. I typically don't do that. Part of the reason is because I'm maxed out on friends. I don't really have room to do that. For me, I'm not going to send someone a friend request until we're in a conversation, until I know that they're open, until I know that they're interested and they are a potential prospect. Then I'll add them as a friend. Not until then. Some people like to just add. I'm not sure how effective that is. It may work, it may not work. I'm not sure. I just don't do that. So you can also go to, as I was saying, go to their page and engage on their post. Drop a like, drop a comment. Hey, this looks awesome. Hey, this is exciting. Wow, this is beautiful family. Like, don't be like a stalker, right?
Don't be weird.
Don't be weird. But just provide some value, right? Jump over to their page, give them some love, give them some value. And then when you send them a private message, there's a greater chance they're going to see it. Something else you could even do, and I've done this before, is I will comment on a post and say, hey, John, I just sent you a private message, right? And I'll do that sometimes, depending on who it is, if I think it's a good prospect, and now I'm reaching out that way as well. Okay, so before we dive into scripts, Mindy, is there anything you want to jump in with or any questions or anything else?
No, this is so good. One thing, though, that I know people are asking, I'm seeing it in a few comments, they're asking, what is ATM? Okay. And so we should probably talk about what that is real quick. And I don't know if you...
Absolutely. You did a good job. You want to do that real quick? Yeah, real quick. ATM, what is it?
Okay, so ATM just stands for Ad Tag Message. And there's 2 groups. I know there's a lot of different teams on here, so I don't know where you're at, but we have one that is Make Money, and it's all for prospect business. It's showing people success. There's rank ups posted in there. There's the live presentations that stream live in there. Many of you are in there. So when you have someone interested in the business, it's great to put them in that one so they see, hey, normal people are having success. I can do this too. There's going to be someone in there, chances are, with the same background as them, right? Hairstylists, teachers, stay-at-home mom, construction workers, like every background of life is in that group, and they're posting testimonies. And then we have a ripple effect group that is all product testimonies. And again, there's videos in there as well. I know the pudding cup demonstration video is in there as well, and thousands of testimonies on the products. So that is your social proof. You know, this comes up a lot with people that launch, well, I'm going to wait for my products, or you might get this objection with a prospect. Well, once you get your products, then let me know how it's working for you, right? I don't accept that at all, because Aron and I went Ruby before we ever got our pack. And people are like, that is insane. How did you do that? It is because I watched our friend Tina literally transform in a year before our eyes. Her skin was glowing. She lost more weight, like everything. Her hair was shiny and beautiful. And I was like, okay, hold up. These products are working. Okay, Tina, you have to tell me. And guess what Tina did? She added me to the ad tag message groups. She put me in both. And then she said, go search in the Ripple group for any health issue. And there's going to be hundreds of testimonies that pull up for each health issue. So guess what I did? I was like, let me think of something. I put in like everything, and it was one after another. So that is your social proof, guys. That's like your Amazon, Google review for your prospects, right? Because when we're new and we're building our belief, we don't have our own story yet. You have to go grab someone else's story. And that's all we did. We didn't have a story yet. We had a story of why we wanted to join Trinot, but we used everybody else's stories in those ad tag message groups for us until we built our own.
Absolutely. And for those of you on Zoom, I put a link to an ATM training we did, which dives deeper, and links to both of the ATM groups as well. Yeah, whenever a prospect asks me about a product specifically, I never answer product questions. Oh, that's a great question. Go here into our product group and do a search. You're going to find tons of testimonies and all the information about the product. And it's that simple. So, Mindy, is that good?
Yeah, that's perfect. That's what I would have said. I love it.
Awesome. All right, guys, here we go. We're going to dive into some scripts and get this party rolling even further. Here we go. All right. So we just talked about Facebook Messenger. Those are just some quick highlights, some bullets. Take a quick screenshot of that so you can see the bullets here on Messenger. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Boom. All right. Now, here are some scripts. And if you were at TLA, you got these on your paper. Take a quick screenshot of this. I'm not going to read these. Obviously, you can type these up. Make them your own. That's the one thing. For me, when it comes to scripts, it's better not for all of us to be using the same exact script, but can tweak it, make it your own. So again, always using their name. Notice how short it is. I've seen people sending messages to people and it's like
way too long.
It's like a book. I'm like, whoa, way too much, right?
Yeah. And here's a general rule, guys. When you're prospecting, would this script pique your interest? Ask yourself that. If somebody sent this to you, would you take the time to read it? And would it catch your attention?
Absolutely. Now, on this one, you're going to notice I'm talking about a new business. Obviously, it was new for us. Maybe this isn't new for you, but here's how you can tweak that. Okay. I'm going full force with our business because of something brand new that just launched, right? So tweak that. And all of you can use the launch of Transform in your message here without giving any details about it, just that you're so excited about this new launch and and then you can see the rest of the scripts, right? This was a big one. This was my original one. I got this from Tina. Look how short and sweet this is. You know, when I go all in, I go big. I wanted to reach out, see if you'd like to check out the info and be one of the top people on my team, right? So you're creating urgency, creating some curiosity. And guess what? I had people tell me no. A lot of people, which is great. It's normal.
You saw it last night. Wayne and Emily both told us no at first, and they're both rubies. Yeah.
You guys realize this, that Wayne Topola and Emily Barfield both told us no. Now, thank goodness, after I was persistent and I really helped them to understand how big this was, they were like, okay, we're in, right? And now they are Ruby, and they went Ruby their first month. But realize that not everyone's going to join, and not everyone will join right away. You do need to be persistent, keep following up. But also remember, some people will take longer. You know, Tina Joy reached out to us a year ago, over a year ago, and we weren't ready. Do I wish that we joined back then? Of course, but we're here now. And so there's going to be people that are going to tell you no. But like we talked about on the training last night, when those people see your commitment and they see your resilience and they see your results that you're going to continue to get with this business, and you continue to drip on them every month or two, a lot of them are going to join when they're ready. So keep that in mind. Okay. So those are those scripts. Also, I will say a big difference for me with Trinot that I think made a huge difference is right here at the bottom, and that was audios. I've used audios before, but never really this much. And I think it makes a huge difference because you are able, and I want to just tell you, when you're doing audios, it's got to be short, right? The worst thing in the world is when I get a 3-minute audio, I literally tell the person, oh, I'm so sorry, my phone's broken, I can't listen. I mean, that sounds silly, right? Or it's super loud here. It's my phone, it's just not working. I can't hear. I'm sorry, right? Type it out. So I'm being funny, but not really. So do short audios. It needs to be like 20, 30 seconds, just real short, definitely under a minute. And in the audio, guess what you're doing? You're saying their name. People love to hear their name. So what I will do is I will send a script and then I'll follow it up with an audio. I will also, after they say, yeah, I'm interested. Sure. Tell me more. What is it? Then I will then go through the process of getting them the information, a video, a replay, maybe a live presentation. And then I follow it up with an audio, a quick audio, 10, 15, 20 seconds. And so when they hear my voice and they hear the excitement, it definitely helps. Now, audios could possibly be detrimental if you're not excited. Right?
It's so true, guys. Your prospect needs to hear your energy and excitement, not your stress, not your worry, not your sadness or your sleepiness. So a tip is stand up, walk around while you're sending audios, you know, motion creates emotion.
It's so funny you say that, because if I'm ever sitting down at my desk, this is no joke. I'm sitting down at my desk, or I'm relaxing, if you can believe that happens, on the couch, right? And I have to do an audio, I literally get up.
Yeah.
I'm not doing an audio sitting down. Even just here, like doing this training, I'm like, I want to stand up, right? But, and it's because your emotion and your energy is going to be higher and more elevated, and is going to come through in your voice when you're standing up versus sitting down. So just something.
Now, obviously, don't be a weirdo. Again, be normal, but don't be like, hey, John, I hope you're doing well. I wanted to reach out. John's not going to listen to that message.
No.
He's going to be like, oh, here we go. I'm not listening to that. Block. Right?
Yeah.
You're gonna be like, hey,
or
John,
just ignore you. Right.
Hope you're doing well. Like, you know.
Yeah. Smile. Be excited.
Talk to your best friend that you haven't seen in years and you're excited.
Except I want you to imagine you have a 30-second limit, and that'll probably be one of the hardest things, because when you're doing the audio, you just want to keep going, and you're so excited, and next thing you know, it's 2 or 3 minutes go by. Nobody wants to listen to that.
Yeah. So, and just so you guys know, this is the only feature I'm jealous of for Apple users, that you can speed up audio message. Samsung users,
we can do it on our computer.
On the computer, but not on the phone.
Yeah. Yeah, we're sorry, guys. We're Samsung for life. We have one kid that has iPhone. The other 3 of us have Samsungs. But yeah, speeding up the audio. If you have an iPhone, that can help as well. So definitely send audios. That has been, I think, a little bit of a secret weapon. But, like we talked about last night, and I'm going to just turn it back over and see if anyone has any questions. One of the most important things that allowed us to create the results that we did was we shared our passion. We shared our conviction, our commitment that we had this mission, this vision that we were going to do big things. Like Tina Joy Carroll already showed us what was possible. And if Tina's not your upline or your sponsor, that's okay. You can still tell her story, but I promise you, you have a sponsor or an upline that has an incredible life-changing story.
Yeah.
And so you want to be talking about that and let the stories, the success stories of people in your upline, let that bring belief in you. Because like we talked about last night, guess what? We sponsored a ton of people before we even got paid a single dollar. And so the mindset that you need to have, like I know Mindy said at the beginning that we built an emerald business, which is $8,500 in monthly residual. But guess what? We also have a sapphire business, which is another $4,500 in monthly residual. So we built a 6-figure residual income our first month. Mind blown. But here's the secret. We did that before we even made a dime. And the conviction in our voice was already there. And so you have to treat this business now, today, as if it was paying you a 6-figure residual income.
Yeah.
And have that excitement now, today, and then it will happen. But if you have the doubts and you have the reservations, which is normal, we're all human, then it's going to come through.
Yeah.
And you're not going to be able to attract people to work with you because you have those doubts and reservations.
Yeah.
So I was leaning on Tina's story, who has been able to create an insane income, new black diamond, knew what she was making. And I was like, okay, Tina is here. She's laid out the system. She can do it. We can do it. We're going to just follow in her footsteps.
Yeah.
And so we leaned on that, gave us the belief to know where we were going. And then we transferred, keyword, transferred that vision, that belief from Tina to us into our prospect. So they knew where we were going.
Yeah. And here's a pro tip on that. If you guys aren't picking it up, the mindset on that, if you believe it to be true, then it is. If you believe that no one is going to respond to you, even if you use the same exact script that Aaron Parker did that signed up over 70 people now, if you believe no one's going to respond to you, guess what? You're right. Because they're going to feel that energy. But if you believe no matter where you are right now, let's say you want to go Jade. If you believe it to be true that you are going Jade, nothing is going to stop you. You won't care about the no's. You're in it to find the yeses. That's all you're looking for. You're mining for golds. You're mining for jades. Whatever rank you're going for, that's what you're mining for, okay? I remember our goal. We told Tina, we're like, well, we have to go sapphire. She's like, no, you're not going sapphire. You guys are going emerald your first month.
And honestly, I had doubts.
He had doubts, and I believed it to be true. I was like, no, it's going to happen.
I'm the analytical, like green, like numbers. I'm like, no, we just have to make sure we hit sapphire our first month. Like the scarcity mindset, right? This is the minimum. Remember, we don't have jobs. We don't have any.
Like, no, we're going for maximum.
We have no other income, and we went from like where we were to zero. And so this is all our income to support our family. So it's scary. And I'm like minimums, right? And Tina, she's like, oh, no. She's like, you're going emerald. I'm like, okay, here we go.
Yeah. And many of you I've had welcome calls with, and I'm like, no, you're going jade. So there you go. That's the same transfer of belief. If you believe it to be true, it is. So believe whatever goal you're going for, people are going to respond to you. They want to join you. That's what I told myself all the time. And I told him, people want to work with us. People want what you have. So you have to go into that belief as you're prospecting and messaging and adding new friends, okay? You have the goods, guys. I hope you guys know that. You have the goods. It's different here. It's awesome. And if you don't go tell people, I'm just going to tell you, you're selfish.
Well, not just that. If they don't hear it from you, guess what?
Hear it from someone else.
They're going to hear it from someone else. I met someone at TLA, amazing lady, incredible leader. And she was so upset because we were on her list and she didn't reach out to us, and Tina did. And so there are people that you know who might be on your chicken list or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Or maybe that person who you think, she would never do this. He would never do this. They're already successful. You're making a mistake because there's a chance they're going to join and it's going to be with someone else. So let that like get you right there. Okay. And I just want to say, this might be a little aggressive, but I just have to throw this in here. For those of you that want to make six figures, anybody, you guys want to make six figures with this opportunity? I know you do. That's why you're here watching this. Okay. Here's a little secret. And this is tough because it does require sacrifice, right? We're just being real. If you want to make an extra $500,000 a month with this, that's easy. You can do that in part-time and it's all good. To make six figures, it requires work, as it should, right? If it was so easy, everyone would do it. But the mindset that we had going into this was that our life depended on it. Now, I know that gets deep. I get emotional even saying it. I'm not just saying it as a cliche. It was actually like real. When you treat this business as if your life, and if that's not a high enough importance for you, then how about your kid's life? When you treat this business like your life or your family's life depends on it, the income, and without that income, you lose everything. Homeless, cars, everything. What would change? Would you let an objection stop you? Would you let doubt or a hater or anything stop you?
No.
You let that motivate you. You become unstoppable when you are on a mission. And so, like we said last night, are you on a mission? And when you're truly on a mission and you've truly decided that you're going to be successful, it will happen no matter how long it takes. Now, I will tell you that success loves speed. That's one of the secrets here, is that if you do this business slow, you'll make it to the top. It might take you 5 or 10 years, okay? But wouldn't it be more fun to do it fast? It requires sacrifice. It does, but it's worth it. It's not going to be easy, but it will be worth it. So treat this business and put it on that high of a level of importance. Like, we've had to sit down and have talks with our girls, like, This is why this is so important for us to be able to do X, Y, Z, to be able to do fun things, to be able to have the freedoms and the flexibilities. Like, we don't want to have to go get jobs and what that would do, right? We don't even know what we would do for a job. I have no clue. But when you treat this business like a real business, like your life depends on it. Like, if you ever watch Shark Tank, like those people on Shark Tank, they are all in. They mortgage their homes. They go into massive debt. They do anything and everything for their business. Yeah. And that's why they're successful. That's why they're on Shark Tank, because they are all in. Stop treating this like a hobby or just a thing or something that might work. Treat this like it is your baby, like it is everything, and it will pay you beyond your wildest dreams. And the last thing I'll say is the support. Cathy just said it. We dreamed. We didn't even realize like how bad it was, but like we dreamed for this type of support, to have Tina, Kylie, Bree, Mindy, Jen. The support system with this upline is mind-blowing. They do all the hard work, in my opinion, for us. We didn't have to go create Facebook groups and all this stuff. We just plug people in and work. So we're just flat out excited. Anything else?
Man, that's a lot.
All right, we're good.
So much.
Mindy, we'll turn it back to you. If there's anything else you want us to cover, answer questions, we're totally available. Otherwise, we can, we'll get back to work.
Oh my gosh. Well, that was amazing. And I know that everybody that's on this line, I mean, give them some hearts, give them some love, some fire, because that was incredible. And I just want to ask all of you guys a question. How many of you would love to have an Aron and Cathy Parker come into your organization? Like, how many of you would like to have that? You see, the reason why Aron and Cathy have done so well is because of their conviction. I don't know if you can feel their passion, their excitement, but if they're talking to somebody, I'm going to guarantee you that those people are afraid not to follow Aron and Cathy because of that conviction, because of that excitement, because of that belief that they are instilling into their prospects. See, you got to know that your prospects are going to match your belief, your conviction. So if you're coming to them with like hesitancy, okay, and not really sure about what you're creating, like you're not being a force to be reckoned with, right? Then guess what? They're going to be like, I'm not sure that this is really going to happen. So I'm just going to wait. I'm going to watch and see if that actually happens, right? But no, I mean, Aron and Cathy, I bet you that if we ask them how much protein is in collagen, or I can't even think of, because I'm not a detailed person either.
We have no clue.
I know that one because I post it in my stories almost daily.
I have no clue.
Okay. But see, me too. Okay. Because ignorance on fire is better than intelligence on ice. Everybody write this down. Okay. It is so much better for you to have that conviction, have that belief. And somebody in this chat asked, and so Aron and Cathy, if you're okay, let's answer a few questions because this is gold. But somebody in the chat asked a great book on belief. I'm going to tell you guys, I was not like this strong, confident, kick butt business person many years ago, but I made a statement for myself, and that came from a book called The Magic of Thinking Big. In that book, it said, make a statement for yourself, make a little commercial about what you want your life to be like. And you guys, I made this statement. It was bold. It was strong. I mean, back then I couldn't even imagine of making $100,000 a month. I couldn't even imagine walking into a room and owning the room, or standing on stage and talking to people with confidence and conviction. But in this statement, I started like picturing myself being that person. And when I showed up and talked to people, I showed up as that person in that statement. See, if you're, like afraid to go call these people or talk to these people, then you got to change that mindset and picture yourself being Aron and Cathy Parker. Like picture yourself on stage, making bold things happen, doing these big things. Maybe it's music that gets you fired up. For me, many years ago, I would listen to music that just got me fired up and made me feel stronger. And then I would just start, reaching out to these people. Now, voice text, the reason why I love voice text so much is because a lot of people are in crappy moods, okay? They're just in bad moods all day long. And so if you send them just a message, they're going to read your message in a bad mood, okay? Because that's the mood they're in. And so if you send them a voice text and you're excited, then guess what? They're going to match that energy, and they're going to be like, it's going to raise their vibration and energy. And they're going to be like, man, I want to be like Aron. I want to be like Cathy. Like, what are these guys doing? Like, I gotta be part of this. Right. Because I don't like this crappy mood that I'm in, and I got to be part of this. So I love that he talked about voice texts, because they're powerful. People want to be part of something strong. They want to be part of some big movement that is happening. I mean, just listening to Aron and Cathy, were you like, oh my gosh, I want to do this. I'm part of this. Like, I'm making this happen, right? You want to sign up all over again because you're so excited about what they're doing. And so it's that conviction. One other thing I want to talk about is urgency. See, Aron and Cathy didn't say, oh, there's another meeting next week. If you can't jump on this, or you can't do that, or you can't look at this, we're doing this all day. In fact, next year is fine too. No, they were not talking that way, right? They're like, look, this is happening right now. I'm doing this with or without you. The train's moving on. I don't want you to miss out. Like, whatever you have to do, unless it's your funeral or your wedding, you're watching this tonight. You know what I mean? Like that. I mean, I don't know if they said those exact words, but those were the words. Those are the words that I say to my close friends. I say to my close friends, look, I love you too much for you not to see this. Like, unless it's your wedding or your funeral, I'm not letting you get out of this. Like, you have to watch this right now, because this is happening in a big way. And this could be huge, huge, huge for you and for your family. If they're people you don't know very well, okay, I still am strong and say bold things like that. Because look, I know you're a sharp business person. I know you have big things happening. I don't want you to miss out on this. This is absolutely huge. Like, let's watch this. And by the way, I don't send them a link or anything unless they've already told me that they can watch it. And I already have a time that we're going to talk. So I'll say, okay, if I send you this link right now, then can we talk right after? Okay. And I'll schedule a time, because how many of you have ever sent a link and then it's like years of trying to get them to watch it? And they're like, oh, sorry, I was busy. Like, because there was no urgency, right? It's all about urgency. Do you have anything else to add about that urgency? Because I know that's the main reason why you two were able to do what you did in your first 30 days.
Yeah, I could jump on that really quick. Urgency was definitely, I'm glad you mentioned that, was definitely one of the, I guess, secrets again to how we were able to enroll so many people. And part of that is in our communication with people. I use this thing called priority placement, and you guys can all use this regardless of how long you've been with Trinot. Letting people know right now with this new launch of this new product, you're going to be enrolling a lot of people. And those, I would tell everyone, I would say, listen, this is how over 90% of our enrollments did platinum. I would tell people that the sooner you join, the better your place is going to be on our team. And those who join with platinum are also going to get priority placement. Mm-hmm. And so it provides urgency and also puts emphasis on the biggest pack, because, you know, we're looking to set people up for success. Obviously, we know some people aren't going to go platinum, and that's okay, right? We've had people that didn't join with platinum and they're flying through the ranks too. But the reality is, setting them up for the greatest chance of success is with the platinum pack. And I truly believe that. So that's why we go that route. But the urgency of telling the prospect, look, the best time to join is right now, so we can get you started, get you going with the business, and you're going to get a better position on our team. And there's a possibility, as you guys know, we're only building 3 legs. And so we're not promising frontline positions or any of that kind of thing, because you never know what's going to happen with the holding tank. So cover yourself there. But getting the best possible position on our team is true based on how soon you join. So I'm having a strong conversation of urgency with every person, letting them know that. And then beyond that, it even goes further to create the urgency. As soon as they join, it's like, great, now we got to get your 3. And as soon as you get your 3, then it's going to put me in a position where I could possibly place someone in your team to help you rank up faster. So we're getting them even more urgency to get into action. We don't want someone just to join and do nothing. So we get them into action quickly, which helps create more duplication. So urgency is a huge factor in our conversation. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And I just want to add one last thing, because we are out of time, but you guys, he said something really powerful, and this is so important. I know that what comes into your mind comes into your life. I know that I'm attracting to me who I am. Okay. So if you want strong, sharp, successful people in your organization, if you want to recruit 100 people this next month, which, by the way, you can, okay, let's beat their numbers. We can beat their numbers, right? Okay. But whatever, if you want to recruit 55 people like they did, right, then you've got to start showing up that way, like that person. Meaning, he said something powerful. He said, those who join on the platinum pack are going to get priority. He didn't say, he didn't talk to them like, I just signed one person and I've got this one person here and I'm so excited about this one person. No, he's already, this could have been his first person that came into his business. But he's already, in his mind, he knows he's going to bring in at least 55 people. He already knows. He already sees the people lining up, and he's only talked to one person. That's the kind of vision and belief and showing up, that strong, confident person that you got to be. And so when you're talking to people, like when somebody is joining, or you're talking to them about joining, right? then you already know that you've got a bunch of people coming into your organization, and you're talking to them that way, with that belief, with that conviction, with that urgency. I hope that that makes sense, because guess what? You attract to you who you are. How you are showing up is how they're going to show up. They're going to match your energy. They're going to match your vibration. And so show up that way, like show up as that strong, confident business person. We always say, if you want to be a top producing blue diamond, then today you got to show up like that blue diamond now. Okay. If you're brand new in the business, but you want to be a top producing emerald, you want to be a top producing blue diamond or whatever it is, show up like them, talk like them, walk like them, say the words like them, right? Take action like them, and you will become that top producing blue diamond, and you can create whatever you want. And so, Aron and Cathy, I am so excited that you shared this. We're going to hear from you more, because they've got nuggets that we all need to hear. Okay. And so I'm excited for them. I'm so grateful for your leadership and everything that you're bringing to Trinot, your vision, your excitement, your passion. You know, I know that so many people on this line are so grateful for this training. This one little training can change everything for you, but it will only change everything for you if you take action. Okay. We can hear everything, but we got to take action. No days off. I love it. 24/7, 365. Okay. This is the action that they're taking, and this is why they're getting such amazing results. So Aron and Cathy, thank you so much again. You guys are rock stars, and we so appreciate you and your leadership. And we'll see all of you at all of our events. If your leaders have events going on, your job, right? Let's get into Messenger. Let's go like crazy with conviction and excitement, and let's get everybody we possibly can to these events, because the more people you get on this event, right, the more money you're going to make. All right. See you all later. Thanks, everybody. Bye.